afternoon, evening, morning, wherever the fuck you are. Shh. I cussed within the last first 10 seconds. Well, I don't plan on getting this monetized anyways. I guess it doesn't matter really. I guess it doesn't matter really. I guess. All right, well, the mic's working good. I didn't know that. Let's put this up here and here we go. So, evening, you come guzzlers. Good to have you guys back. Uh, Hopefully, this isn't the future of the show, but we'll see, I suppose. Tonight, it's a little bit different of a show. Not so much on the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I've been thinking past day or so quite a bit about modern dating and feminism and the effects it has and everything. And so I wanted to cover that. I wrote quite an extensive piece. I will caveat this first and foremost with I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not going to lie. This is pure speculation for the most part, with logical backing or logical foundations, as far as I can see it. Um, I love pushback. I would love pushback. But from my perspective, this is kind of the modern dating landscape. But before we get into that, of course, we have to do some smart news. Now, it just so happened that the articles that I happened to look up for tonight for this episode do correlate. So it is synchronicity, if you will. It's definitely interesting how the stories kind of algorithms. I know, fucking algorithms. They hear everything. They even fucking see everything, apparently. Before we get into those, though, I will go through and see if I can find one that I have not read at all that seems interesting. Let's see here. Let's look. How y'all been doing? You've been doing good? Hope you're going well. Fucking life's going fantastic. Still living, still breathing, still producing. It's been a minute, I know. Getting this fucking mic situation situated is a bitch. Let's see here. Teacher arrested using device to film other students. That doesn't sound good. Woman goes to Walmart. Florida man picks up hinge date. Her husband's co-worker. Fungus 17. Good Lord, there is nothing. I am seeing shit. What is going on with you, Smartnews? You're usually so fucking good. There we go. says, I would die. Michigan woman forgot to disconnect her Bluetooth at the oil change. Workers heard every second of it. Waiting for an oil change, usually just a boring chore for Olivia Boblet. Don't know who the fuck that is. Embarrassing nightmare. Shared her experience on TikTok. So embarrassing. So terribly embarrassing. I just have to share it with everyone. It's so embarrassing, and everybody should know. It's so embarrassing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's embarrassing. It's a funny story. That's what it is. It's not embarrassing. It's a funny story. Just tell it as it is. If it like it's funny because it was embarrassing, sure. But if you're going to share it with everybody, it's no longer an embarrassing story. It's no longer embarrassing. It's a funny story. You're making fun of yourself. You're making fun of the situation. She left her Bluetooth connected while the workers were. So, awkward situation. About 6 months earlier, same company had worked on her brakes, spilled fluid all over her garage, promised a free oil change. When she came back, they gave her free service. And private voice notes and feeling like she had blown them off. The stereo was already 8 minutes into one of her private voice memos. It doesn't even say what it was about. She doesn't even tell us what it was about. Can we verify this story? What the fuck is this, Smartnews? God damn it. They got me. This is a bullshit story. Oh, they heard my private voice memos. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but it was embarrassing. Let me tell you what. So embarrassing. What was in those memos? FBI, do a deep dive. She's willing to share the story about it, but not what the private memo said. We need a statement from these guys. I want to know what these memos said. I want to know what was said. What was so embarrassing that she had to share the story to everybody in the world. It was so embarrassing she had to share it to everybody. Well, like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You suck. That was a shit story. Well, we learn. We go on. We move on. Look, 12 o'clock. It's 4:21. But I celebrate 421 as 420. So happy 421. All right. On to the next story, whatever the fuck. Where's my previous articles? What in the fuck? They really got rid of that? There it is, my lord. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, fucking new phone. New phone. Another reason fucking took me so long. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Here we got a heckler who flirted with a comedian mid-show give an unexpected response. So this is a woman comedian. Name is good lord, you gotta go halfway down in order to find her name. Rebecca Reingold. Rebecca Reingold. This is a comedian. Posted this video. All right. So there's a female comedian, Mel Heckler. All right. She's up there telling jokes, saying, I don't know how to flirt. I was never good at it. I'm mean to men, but I don't mean to. I think they like it. And during the set, she addressed a family in the crowd, claiming they were so fucking loud that she couldn't even hear herself speak. One of the men in the group could be heard saying, "You look bad," saying that he was with his parents at the show, and Reingold said, "You look bad. Your parents look a lot younger than you." A little later, their comment claimed, "He's flirting with me while I'm stage." And then that man said that only because, by the woman's logic, she must like him because she was being mean to him. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And she blushes. She says, "That does mean that I like you. You were listening. Oh my God, I'm in love. You're so annoying and so lovable, but so tough. You know what I mean?" So people have been praising her because she was, nice, or that she was good at dealing with a heckler. And she might have been. I'm not going to watch the video because I don't fucking give a shit, quite honestly. What I'm interested more in is the comments, because it kind of, maybe it's just they hand selected, but it's interesting. It says, "Damn, she really turned red when she realized he listened," which means that she really did like the guy, and she really was being mean to him, and she really does think that men like it when women are mean to them. This is interesting to me. And it says, people are more likely to be mean to people they love because they are sure that their feelings are real. Now, I can sort of attest to this in a way, because if I like you, I will be picking and poking and joking and fucking taking the shit out of you. If I don't like you, I don't have anything to work with because I haven't taken the time to get to know you. And I don't want to pick and poke at you because I don't think that you can fucking handle it. And if I don't think that you can handle it, I'm not gonna like you. I promise. I gotta know that you got a sense of humor and that I'm joking when I'm joking. And 80% of the time I'm joking. Well, that's generous. Probably more like 60 to 70% of the time I am joking though. I can't be serious. Just can't do it. But so I can say that is true. But it is interesting that, like, imagine the roles reversed. A man saying up there, "I'm mean to women because I think that they like it." Is he telling a lie? No, not really. Women do tend to pick assholes. Quite a significant number of them. Okay, a significant number of them. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying a significant number. Now, so he wouldn't be telling a lie, but him saying that he is mean to girls, because he thinks that they like it, he would be shredded. Are you serious? You think women like you to be mean to them? You're putting women in safe places. You're telling other men to be mean to them because they like it. Do you really you know what I'm saying? Instead, she comes off as witty, and it's very much like this is what men would say about women in like the 1950s, 1960s. One of these days, pow, right in their kisser. You know what I'm saying? So, and those were jokes. Those were jokes when it was seen as a taboo to beat people. First off, it's never been acceptable for a man to beat a woman. I don't know what, like, are you fucking kidding me? And no actual good society has ever looked at a man beating a woman and been like, she deserved it. She deserved it. Now, I'm saying beating a woman, okay? I'm not saying like that it wasn't commonplace to see a man maybe spank a woman or something like that. I don't know. I fucking didn't live back then. I don't know. Seems fucking strange to me, but I live now, not then. So who knows? But this notion that like we were joked about this during the time frame that people would say, yeah, women were beat all the time by men, and yet now we're in a time frame in which women are joking about being mean to men. Now, is it physical abuse? No. Watch enough shorts on YouTube though of couples interacting with each other. Watch enough videos of couples interacting with each other, joking around, or even like actually getting into arguments. And you tell me the percentage. I'm going to put it on you to do it. You watch 1,000 videos of couples interacting with each other in which there's some sort of physical confrontation with each other, whether it's jokingly or it's actual, like an argument that's going on. Now, don't search man abuse women or women abuse men. Don't do that. I want you to look up just couples interacting with each other on YouTube. Find all the 1,000 videos of where there's physical altercations of some sort, whether it's playful or not. And you tell me how many of them have women smacking men versus a man being abusive to a woman. Maybe not even on YouTube, because YouTube is a fucking piece of shit, like fucking pussy, basically. It's a pussy. Go to Rumble or wherever the fuck you find videos of that shit. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying, I think there's enough to say that women will hit a man more than a man will hit a woman. A lot of the times it's just playful, or it's like I'm a little aggravated, or stop. Doesn't matter. A man doing the same thing to a woman, crazy, not not cool. So ties in with the whole, you know, it's just interesting that that's like what they decided to tie in there. After this woman was talking about, I'm meaning to men because I think that they like it, and they're like, it's cool to be mean sometimes. It's fine. It's okay. It's like, no. How about not cool? But don't do that. Don't be mean. Playful. Yes. Absolutely playful. And you could be playful to a real close boundary to being mean. But don't be mean. Like, nobody likes that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Except for, apparently women, I guess, because they like assholes. I don't understand. I don't know. Again, I caveated all this with, I don't fucking understand. I don't know. I'm not certain I'm sure, right. But these are my thoughts. These are my opinions, my views. All right, let's go see if find another one here. All right. So she threw up all over herself on a first date, but the guy brought her home to wash her clothes and take care of her. Take a second. Think about this. Keeper, or he's a little bit of a creep. I don't know which. Maybe both. Okay, that's awesome. Would a woman do this for a man? That's all I'm asking. Then, let's say it is yes. Before we read the article, and I haven't read the article, I just read the top. I was like, I got to talk about this. I read the title. I had to talk about it. If a woman did do this for a man, what do you think they would say? Do you think that they would praise her? Or would they belittle the man? You make your decision. I know we talk about horrific dates, but Steph has a friend who recently went on with an absolute unicorn of a man. Absolutely. He's either the creepiest, weirdest fucking guy ever, or he is the sweetest, nicest guy. I don't know if I would do this unless I really, really liked the fucking girl. Really liked her. Throw up on me and then take her home and wash her clothes. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Guy was magical, kind. Every girl dreams of marrying. She breaks up with him in 3 months. 3 months. She breaks up with him. Jersey Shore, having drinks, having a wonderful time. Matched with the guy on a dating app. Asked her on a date. Climbed in the Uber. Hour and a half long ride. Feeling funky. She chalked it up to dehydration. She met up at the bar. Wonderful start. Then she felt sick. She felt if she was all right. Before she gets to the room, to the restroom, she throws up all over herself in front of the restaurant, all herself in front of him. What does this man do? Cleans her up, puts her in a Uber, takes her back to his place, change of clothes, gives her a bucket, puts her clothes in the wash to clean, sits her with her on the couch as she pukes all night. Slept on the couch. He slept in his bed. He goes, no problem. Redemption date, even. So when is the wedding? One person wondered in the comments. I had something similar happen to me and got ghosted the next day, LOL. It hurts to see and hear about other people living my dream, but so happy for her. Again, switch the roles. A man throws up all over himself because he can't handle his liquor. The woman takes him home, washes the clothes, stays up with him for a little while, and then goes to bed in her own bed. And then gets him on another date. This man's a hero. A fucking hero. He's the GOAT! The GOAT! You know what I'm saying? Okay? 3 months, you're done with. Or, hold on a second. Let me check something here. Curious. If I read this wrong, maybe. So she's in New York City. She goes down to Jersey Shore. All right. She's just looking for the fuck. Just looking to fuck. Brother, that's all she wants. He knows that. If his ass doesn't get some pussy and then ghosts her, she's dumping him in 3 months. One or the other is going to happen. And she should fucking lock this man down if he doesn't try to ghost her after getting some pussy. But I guarantee the next day he got some pussy. Met on a dating app while she was in Jersey Shore. She lives in New York. I know that's not like a huge distance. It's enough. Okay? It's enough that if you're on a dating app in a different place, she's trying to get some pussy. Well, she's trying to get some dick. He's just trying to get some pussy. I'm just shooting it straight. I'm just telling you how I see it. Okay? So I'm just saying, this man, marry this man if you can. If you can. I bet you can't. I bet you can't get him to marry you. I bet it don't happen. Bet it don't happen. But if you can, lock that man down. Lock him down. Yeah. Just be wary. No more nice shit. No more nice shit for 3 months. 4 months, do something real nice. But get past the fucking 3-month mark first. All right. We were getting hot and heavy. Then I saw The State of His Boxers by Sydney Summers. I was on my bed, mid-kiss with a gorgeous man, when I suddenly froze. I just caught sight of his underline. A skid mark. Shit. Disgusting. I try not to gag, staring at it as Liam continued kissing my neck. Eventually, I tore my gaze from his boxers and into his gorgeous brown eyes and a sly smile. I realized he didn't have a clue. This man is just trying to get some goddamn pussy. He doesn't care what you saw. He doesn't fucking care. Okay? I guess I'm doing this, she said, and continued to kiss him. And continued to fuck him. That's how gross the shit stain was. It was so disgusting. So nasty. It was so gross. I fucked him. That's right. I fucked him. I faked my orgasm. I switched positions even. That's right. That's right. I even switched positions because he was drunk and he couldn't come fast enough. It was so gross. It was so gross. But also, I met him. Smooth clients. Hadn't made much of an effort with my appearance. I just wanted to get some business cards. That's when I spotted Liam across the room, a tall man in a well-tailored suit, smiling over at me. I smiled back over the shoulder of a boor who was telling me about his business. So a bunch of glances, managed to escape the drip, head towards this handsome stranger. He ended it. We exchanged names, actually decided what we could do. Both holding glasses of what the fuck is Prosecco? Prosecco? I don't fucking know what that is. They got a bunch of drunk. They got a bunch of drunk. And decided to go back to his place. Then decided first, though, that they'd stop off at a local bar, right? Hang out for a little bit, get a little bit drunker, and then he disappeared for 10 minutes. He disappeared for 10 minutes, and she didn't think nothing about it, which, fair. You don't really think about it. The man had to take a shit. It happens to the best of us. Apparently, he took a shit. I guess he didn't wipe all the way. Bathroom toilet paper sucks balls. Sucks balls. You gotta figure something else out. It's you come prepared, gentlemen. You come prepared, or you be prepared to do some weird shit. Okay, just saying. Because stall, especially bar toilet paper. God damn, boy, you might as well be wiping with a fucking piece of paper. You're gonna get as much shit off of it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come prepared, or grab you some napkins on your way into that toilet and wet them bitches down. Fucking paper towels. Okay? That way you can get a good, clean, white shit. This is something I don't understand. I don't understand. All technology that we've gotten, we're still wiping our asses with paper. Paper. We do have bidets, sure, but it's not widespread. Most of the Western world, bad movement on 421. My bad. Most of the Western world still uses toilet paper. Something that's been around for like what, 200 years, 300 years? Who the fuck knows? Too long to been changed and bettered. Holy shit, people. Anyways, moving on past that. She still fucked him. That's the message I want to get to you guys. She's seen that nasty ass shit stain. She's seen it. She said, "Oh well, it's still good dick." It wasn't even a guy that she had like built some sort of emotional bond with. Okay, do you guys understand this? She hadn't even known him for more than 12 hours, if that. Probably more like 4 or 5 tops. She's seen his shit stains and still fucked this dude. If that is not the best case for looks maxing, I don't know what is. And if you don't know what looks maxing is, figure the fuck out. It's not my job. Okay? It's a retarded ideal to me. But this would be a brilliant case of being like, yeah, if you look max, a bitch can see your shit stain and still fuck you on the same night that she met you. Pretty good case. If all you want is sex. Pretty good motherfucking case. And she even a boss bitch. She there trying to network. She doing real work shit. She making real money. She's like, shit stain. I'm gonna wake up in the morning to this guy who's probably gonna leave a shit stain in my bed. Probably gonna leave a shit stain in my bed with his naked ass, wiping his ass on my fucking white sheets. God damn! I might have cum stains and shit stains all over my bed, but I'm gonna do it because he's good looking. Look, Maxon, that's great fucking self for Look, Maxon. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Last Smartnews app story we got before we get into this. It's a pretty decent conversation. I got 3 pages or so with a couple graphs to try to make my case and explain where I'm coming from. But before we get there, let's see here. This is kind of a weird one because it's got multiple different little stories on there, but I just want the one that the title's about. My ex is dating a 19-year-old girl. Should I confront him or stay out of it? So this is a guy who just gets like letters and then he responds to them, gives them advice. And then I guess this is an older one because he's looking back at him and trying to decide whether he gave them good advice or not. Okay, here we go. Dear Stephen, last December, my boyfriend and I broke up. We were together for 7 years. We worked together and lived together. Leading up to our breakout, he had been messaging a coworker of ours often and even met up with her a couple of times. I didn't think much of it. However, after we broke out, they started hanging out all the time. They were both super insistent that nothing was going on, but I still left and got a new job because it wasn't healthy for me to work there. A couple of weeks ago, I confirmed for myself that they've been dating this whole time. The kicker to all this is that he's 31. She just turned 19. We've worked with her since she was 16. Should I confront my ex? Now, again, I want you to, in your mind, okay, flip it. Flip it. Before we get to his response, before we get to his response, I want you to once again flip it. Consider what you think the response would have been if it had been saying, "Hey, listen, my ex, uh, she's now dating a ex coworker of ours that's a lot younger than hers. He's 19. We worked with her from 16, from since she was 16. I'm not going to tell you in this letter when she started dating him. That's one thing that kind of gets me. Is like, okay, 16 to 19, but when did you guys break up? Did you break up when she was 16? I'm assuming not, since you worked with her from 16 to 19. Or you just left to get a new job. So she would have been, I'm assuming, 18 because you didn't include it. I'm going to assume 18 because you didn't include it. Because if it would have been younger, you would have, well, hopefully filed fucking charges and getting that weird ass bitch out. Okay. But my ex, as a man, my ex is now dating a 19-year-old. And I left jobs and I was stalking her and I found out that she was dating this guy. Should I confront her? Leave her the fuck alone, dude. That's what I would say. I would tell him, leave her the fuck. What are you doing, dude? Weird. Ex. No kids. Boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend. Stop being in love with him. He doesn't want you. If he wants you, he will let you fucking promise. Every man that wants a woman, they will tell you. They will just come out and fucking tell you. Okay? If he's not telling you that, let him go. Fucking weird, bro. Stay away. Like you're stalking this bitch. Don't do that. Either way, leave him alone. It's none of your business. Okay? None of your business. Doesn't matter. He responds, well, dear ex of a man child. My answer is a firm maybe. A firm maybe. How the fuck is a firm maybe? Well, I'm giving you a shaky yes. I don't know. Depends on what your intentions are for that conversation. Do you have an objective in mind? If the objective is to hold your ex accountable for his lies to you, by all means, go for it. Well, what lies? That he was your ex-boyfriend and you were asking if he was dating this chick and he said no because it's none of your fucking business? Those lies? They're not really lies. Oh, sure, they are lies. Sure. But he wasn't your boyfriend at the time of the lies. So it's not about your ex. It's it's a dude you used to know at that point. It's a dude you used to know. It's not even your ex. If he's with her after you, he's no longer your ex. Like he's now her boyfriend, not your ex. You have no point in his life anymore. You are absent of his life. He's hoping that you don't exist anymore. He was hoping that when you move jobs, you wouldn't bother him anymore. You have every right to be angry, to express the anger, and get the answers to any lingering questions about what happened at the end of the relationship. I agree there. There's a point of it to where, like, if you want to be like, hey, listen, I know you're dating now. Were you guys trying to get together at the end of a relationship? Did the end of a relationship mean nothing? God, I hope it did mean nothing. That's good. Because now I don't have to feel guilty about leaving you. I don't have to feel like I want you anymore because I understand that you were a piece of shit. Either way, okay? Or he could just be like, no, I wasn't with her yet. I liked her though. And that would be, you'd be like, well, what? Then that's on you if you want to keep asking questions. I promise you don't want to know the answers though. Just be like, oh, okay, and move on. But I understand like wanting to know whether they were together at the end of your relationship or not, or whether this girl was trying to move in on your man. At 31, that dude looks amazing. I promise you that. The dude looks amazing. 31, yeah. Says now, on the other hand, if your objective is to drag your ex for dating a much younger person, I would have to wonder if it's worth your time. Don't wonder your business. That's what I would do. Doesn't matter if it's worth her time. It's none of her fucking business. Who is she? Nobody to him now. Nobody. Doesn't matter. 7 years. Gone when you left. Or when he left. Either way. Doesn't matter. 7 years is gone. You don't get it back. No reason to look back at it. Move the fuck on. So do I. Okay. Why? Can I ask why? Very curious about it. Why? Like, and you find something gross. What does that mean? Like, if you find sushi to be gross, like I do, does that mean he shouldn't eat sushi? No, he should still be able to eat sushi. He likes what he likes. You like what you like. Okay, gross. I find a booger gross. Okay, kids eat them. Do I think that kid's gross for eating the gross booger? No. The kid's a fucking kid. He's dumb. Or he likes it. Maybe he likes it. In which time, prayer, I'm like, it's still gross to me. Maybe you find it gross. Good. I don't fucking know. Like, gross is such a subjective term. Some people find pizza gross. Does that make pizza gross, though? And why do you find pizza gross? What is it about pizza? Is it the texture? Is it the amount of ingredients altogether? Like, is it just the taste? I need to understand. So maybe I can find a pizza that you can like. Okay. And if I can find a pizza that you do like, then you can't say pizza is gross. You can then say most pizza is gross, but this pizza is good. Same situation. This is the same logical thing about the relationship that you're saying is gross. Okay. What about this relationship is gross? What do you think is gross about it? Explain to me what's gross. Other people don't think it's gross. So explain to me what is gross about it. And if I give you limitations on this relationship that would make it ungross, then you can't say that just because it's an age gap relationship that it's gross. You have to then say most age gap relationships are gross. but there are circumstances which they're good, that they're genuine, a good relationship, and I know they exist. I know they exist. So to it's just such a weird way of saying it. Like, and again, let's flip it. Would you say it to a man? Yeah, I understand that you find what she's doing gross, but it's not worth your time. Or would you say, hey, dude, doing with her life? Let her live her life. You're gone. You're donezo. Just my, I don't know. 2026 thoughts. I offer this letter writer a good way to protect her peace. But I wish I allowed her for the possibility that peace was the goal. That maybe she wants to cause chaos and problems. Maybe she just wants to watch the blood burn. Now, again, imagine a man being like, my ex is dating a woman. She's much, my dating a man. He's much younger. Should I confront him? And then the responder being like, you know what? I should have kept the ideal that maybe he didn't want peace. Maybe he wanted to go and beat the shit out of that man. Maybe he wanted a confrontation and he wanted to harass her and stop by her all the time until she filed a restraining order. Maybe that's what the man wanted. I'm taking it way out. I fucking expanded way too high. But listen, just imagine. No, leave him the fuck alone. Leave her alone. Either way, leave them alone. Not your problem no more. Let them go do their stupid shit by themselves. Okay? If they're going to fuck up, let them fuck up. It's not your problem. You go fuck up your own shit. You going to. You definitely going to fuck up. Just, you going to fuck up your way. They going to fuck up their way. Leave them alone. They your ex. They ain't yours no more. All right. That's pretty much it for Smart News. And that really gets us into like what I've got all this I've got all this work actually written out for is, you know, it's the whole dating modern the hellscape that it is. Oh my lord. Why it is that way. So we'll get a little bit more serious. Okay, I got enough of a drink for a little bit. Give it a pause. So I want to start off with this. I want to logically deduce a problem for modern daters, particularly 18 to 24. Okay, particularly 18 to 24. But it's descalable the older you get from 24. But I think it's scalable when you get to 5 years from now and 10 years from now. I don't think it's going to solve itself without intervention of some sort. I'll again preface this. Besides this first stat that I'm going to give you, most of, not all, but most of what comes after that has not been researched. It's just logically concluding things based on intelligent guesswork. How about that? That's what we'll go with. Logical, intelligent guesswork. Percentage of OnlyFans creators. Let's cover that. and I'm saying this with a heavy heart. And I'm saying this with a heavy heart. Someone who struggles with his desires, if you will, um, as a man does. So I fucking jerk off, goddamn! I fucking jerk off. That's what it is, okay? Every once in a while, I like to jerk off. We all like to do it every once in a while, okay? Fuck. Let's say what it fucking is. Okay? So, as a man who likes to jerk off every once in a while, as I do, I do understand what porn does. And that it's not good. It's useful for a man, but we don't need porn. We don't need porn. We can do it without porn. We can do it from fucking memory. Promise you. Okay, so I would love for porn to be gone. Be gone. No more access to it. I don't have the strength to be like, yeah, I'm not getting on porn. I don't have that strength. I'm just going on it. I'll be honest. It is what it is. Okay. But you know, maybe it's an excuse, but I mean, after this long, it happens. It happens. Oh my, what the fuck? It is what it is. Okay. Anyways, moving on past that. But percentage of OnlyFans creators, particularly 18 to 24, as I've said, 14%. 14%. There are as many OnlyFans creators as there are black people. I don't know. That's just popped in my head. But I guess it's true. I mean, obviously, most of these are just women, but so doing the math of this, right? And I believe that what an OnlyFans model is someone who wants the princess treatment without compromise. Okay, they want to be lusted after. They want to be taken care of financially. They want the affection and the attention that a man would give them if they were a princess. Okay, if they were somebody's princess. They were, and but they don't want no man telling them what they can do. So how you do that? Well, you show men who lust after you, show affection, appreciation, attention, give you financial security, and they can't tell you to do shit that you don't want to do. So, 14%. 14% is roughly 1.4 out of 10. Take that to 20. That's about 3 out of 20. About 3 out of 20 women under 24 are OnlyFans creators. Now, let's stick with the math here. 3 out of 24, or 3 out of 20 under 24 means that 17 women are marriage worthy, because who the fuck wants to marry an OnlyFans woman? The oddball, the outcast, the the 1 in 100 at least, at the most. 1 in 100 will marry an OnlyFans creator, okay, and allow them to continue to do the OnlyFans without any like problems, all right, without them like murdering their spouse. Let's minus 2 of them for lesbians. I think it's reasonable estimate. So you got 15 left, marriageable. All right, now half of them will ride the cock carousel. Too much, okay. I can give some leeway on the cock carousel a little bit, okay. As an older, thicker man, fucking fatter man, whatever you want to call it. As an older, fatter man, I got to look past some shit, okay? It's just going to have to be, but only a little bit, okay? But there's a point where you get on the carousel for too long, okay, and you're not marriageable anymore, okay? But we're going to, instead of doing half, we'll be generous and just do 1/3. 1/3 of these 15 women are irredeemable whores, okay? So you have 10 left, okay? Again, we'll go half are married. To be generous, though, we're just going to do 1/3. We're just going to do 1/3. So that leaves 7 left. Maybe 8 total. Tops. Let's do 8. 8 left marriage worthy, all right? Now, half of these girls that are left are going to be so career oriented that they don't care about a relationship. You're not important to them, their job, their career, their whatever they're doing. That's what's important. Okay, so half of them are going to want to be the girl boss shit. So that's 4 left out of 8. Left 4 out of 20. You understand? 4 out of 20. That's 2 out of 10 marriageable women. This is just based off of traits from feminism, okay? Simply based off of like how feminism is. Feminism pushes you first off to be you as you however you want to be. Into lesbians eventually, and how phantom like they are. So that's not counting for the dykes, okay? This is counting for the rest of them, just based off of feminism. You got the cock carousel. Go do you, girl. Go experiment. Find your sexual adventure. Make sure you have, enough experience that you know what you want. And like I was putting to somebody, okay, think about this. So you eat pizza every day. Okay, we're going back to the pizza analogy. You eat pizza every day. All you know is pizza. You don't even know that anything else exists. You know nothing else exists. It's just pizza. It's pizza every day, every single day. And you're like, oh, pizza's here. Food, food, food. You have no concept of what other food is. So you don't desire other food. You don't know that it exists. Okay? And then you're given a strom. One day you're given a stromboli. Holy shit. Maybe you like it, maybe you didn't, but either way, it's different. It's different. So then you're on day 365, 366 of pizza again. And you're just, oh, fucking strom. God, just something different. The strom. Because now you know that the strom exists. Okay? And then they drop a spaghetti on your ass. Ooh. Oh, oh, and then a salad next year. All right. So now you've had a salad, you've had a stromboli, you've had spaghetti, you've had pizza. Oh, what else is there? What else is there? Have I had all the good stuff? Maybe there's sex is the same way. Sex is the same way. If you have sex with one person, you're like, this is good. It may be better. And it'll be the greatest. It'll be everything because that's all you know. But then you have it with somebody else who does a little bit something different. And then you have it with somebody else who has something a little bit different. And then you're like, whoa, what else is there out there? What else can I get? Okay? And then you're always wondering, what if there's better? What if there's something? I think this is not good for anything. There's nothing that this is a good thing for. You have a comparison of something that might exist. It's not a good thing. There's almost nothing that ends up coming out good. And this is the cock carousel that you get into, okay? This is why you become unmarriageable, because we understand that after a certain point, you're going to be like always looking for the next up. Always looking for the next up. Okay, feminism. Okay, and then the married part, not so much. Sure, let's not attribute that to merit to feminism. To attribute that to just society in general. So let's not say that that's feminism, but okay, okay, but only a third, that is feminism. If it was pre-feminism, by the age of 24, 70% of them would be married. There would be no discussion about this at all. Then you got the girl boss shit. Again, well, you got to take time off work and hopefully you can get your job back. The child that you bear for 9 months, and the man that you and your child being sick. So, folks, that works. So you got to hope about all. So again, thoughts about things that might not exist. Never good. There is the reality that this is something that you can't go back to work to the same abilities that you were. Maybe you realize that the kid is more important. This boss bitch shit, feminism is the thing that has pushed people to do this. Mainstream media, whatever you want to call it, but feminism pushed by mainstream media. Okay, and this is a 4 left out of 20 marriageable, and this is just based on physical trait. Now, if you take into other things like revealing posts on TikTok, Instagram, uh, the urge for drama, the baggage from past relationships, you're getting even lower than 4. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 4 because I'm an optimist. Okay, I'm hopeful. Okay, there are great women out there, absolutely fantastic women. I know many of them, wonderful women, and so I'm trying to keep it as hopeful as possible. That's why instead of doing the half, I go to thirds. Okay. Now, this kind of goes into, I don't know how this goes into it, but I want to bring up the fact that the number of jobs for a man pre-feminism, we're talking 95% of the jobs men. Okay, and then women held 5 to 10% of jobs. All right, and this meant men could provide. They were the providers. They were looked up to as the ones who would get you through the hard times. They were the ones who you looked up to make sure that you were financially had your house in order. You looked up to the man um, as the one who would protect you, keep you safe from the elements with his financial money, and also just and if you looked up to him, he looked up to you for the strength that you showed when times got hard and you still showed faith in him. He looked up to you for the fact that you could deal with the children for more than a couple of hours without losing your fucking shit. He looked up to you for always having the house good, tidy, tidy enough. Not doesn't have to be perfect. For most of our fucking evolutionary time spent on Earth has been with fucking dirt floors. Like, we really give a shit about tidiness. Okay. Um, and then just the ideal of that there is like a man by himself have a total. Okay. And you guys think that a man cared about how tidy the fucking house was back in the day? No. No. We still don't really. Just don't let it be. Like, I just what the fuck are you talking about? That's just ridiculous to me. But you looked up to man, and man looked up to you for different reasons. Okay? And this is when men had 90 to 95% of jobs, women had 5 to 10% of jobs. Then early feminism comes along, and it starts to lopside it. It starts to pull down men's jobs. They go down to about 70% of the jobs. Women now have 30% of the jobs. All right. And this would be what, like 50s or so, something like that, 60s. Okay. And then you got the 90s, right? In the 90s, now you got men down to 45 you got men down to about 65% of the jobs. Women are coming in at 35% of the jobs. All right. And I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with a dynamic change drastically different than probably any like the previous generations. My mom was the one that made all the money. Like she was the one who led the household and kept everything in check. And looking back, she was insane for it. She was insane for it. She was angry. She was stressed. Like she hated it so much that she like expressed the problems. And I feel so sorry for her. And to think that my mom had to go through that and realizing that it was because she had to be the man. And so she felt so much pressure on her and stress on her. And being a woman, as she is, she was emotional about it. And she showed those emotions as a woman does. And so I seen this dynamic change slowly over time, as being born in the 90s, of these women coming up and having to be the man. And like I didn't recognize it back then. I just knew that my mom was like angry and stressed and couldn't cope with the amount of responsibility that she had. And now that I've learned over the last couple of years, as I've had to, I'm like, oh man. And that's what I did. That's what I did too. I did that too. I did the same thing my stepdad did to my mom. I did that. And I'm like, fuck. Why wasn't I told or shown this? Why wasn't I told this? How is this not common knowledge? How are we not teaching this? That you have to be a man and let your woman be a woman. You have to let her be feminine, or she's going to be so unhappy. Okay. I'm glad that I've learned it now. I just wish I'd learned it sooner, obviously, but I wouldn't be here learning doing this, being me. So fuck what it is what it is. But that's why I'm trying to make it easier for you guys. That's why I'm doing this. I'm hoping somebody watches this and can kind of look at this and think about this. Okay, now where we are. Okay, 50-50, 55-45, somewhere around there. Okay. And as a man who's now trying to date, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, oh, wow. I can't be looked up to for the role that a man should be looked up to for, or that a man used to be looked up to for. So I have to find other ways to be looked up to for. Now, what are these ways? Well, I don't know, because women still want a man who is more successful. They still want a man who's more successful. How can you find a man who's more successful than you when we are equal in the workforce? You understand? If you want a man who's more successful to you and then we're equal in the workforce, that means all the women are in lower positions than the men. That's not cool. That wouldn't be the way I would want it. because then you're always at the mercy financially of men, in the aspect of like a collective men instead of like a man that you love and trust. Totally different, by the way. Collective men, there's 5 out of millions that care about you. The rest of them don't give a fuck about you, really. The men that you love and trust, there's 5 of them, and they're right there next to you, and they're ready to fucking die for you, to kill for you, and bury a goddamn body for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're ready. Like Hulk, the Incredible fucking Hulk steps up to you, and they are throwing hands, knowing they're gonna die, but they're gonna throw hands against this motherfucker for you because they love you. Majority of them don't care, but the men that you love and trust, they care so fucking much. So who would you rather have your financial life in the hand, like in which the majority of them don't give a fuck about you, or the men that you love and trust? I don't. But I'm saying that the more successful men, but with fewer successful men, because we're now at parity. You guys are now just as successful as we are. Well, if you're just as successful as we are, then the number of men that you find more successful than you are way fewer. Lower your you're gonna have to lower your standards. That's you're gonna have to. um, but you haven't, and I don't expect that you will. I don't even think that you should necessarily, but if you are wanting a man, if you're wanting a life with a man, you want a family, and you want to be parity with us successfully financially, then you're going you like it's the only logical conclusion, or you're just going to be alone because you're not going to find that number of men who are above you if all women are equal to all men. It Think of it like this: men were up here, women were down here. With feminism, it started to tick up, and now it's here. As a woman, when you were pre-feminism, everybody looked like an option to you because they were financially secure. Maybe you were a pretty woman, so you're more here than down here. And so your options still looked pretty good. Okay? Now, introduce feminism. Feminism comes in, makes you almost a parody. Now, the woman that was down here is now here. There's fewer partners. The pretty woman that was down here is now here. Do you see? Okay? If you're always shooting up and you're not down here financially, and you're always shooting up financially, what you are, what you are. That's just your nature. That's fair. That's okay. It's okay. We still love you and accept you. We love you, women. Fucking love you, adore you. You have no clue. I give out roses randomly to women all the time at my job because I love women. I love to make them smile. Love them. But I'm just trying to explain. If you guys were down here, pretty women, regular women, and you're looking up financially, everybody better because they have jobs and you don't. But then you all get fucking people that you can look up to. Not to mention the problems that this is done with the whole what do you call it? Financial situation, making it a two-party income household. Anyways, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm not bringing that up. I'm just talking strictly about the fact that women look up for a financial supporter, for a protector, a provider, and if they are at parity with most men, most women are at parity with most men, then there's going to be a lot fewer men that they're going to be able. Now this kind of brings me to the article I seen about a stay-at-home boyfriend. Which men are now staying at home and taking care of the household chores rather than the women. Where I don't think it as much of more as an epidemic as it's called parity. Someone has to look after the home. If you're not rich enough to afford a fucking nanny or a fucking maid or whatever the fuck they're calling nowadays, somebody has to look after the home. Somebody has to still like pay attention to your romantic relationship. Pets, someone has to take care of it. I don't want to fucking work just for a dog sitter, just to pay a dog sitter. I'm going to work just to pay a dog sitter. Fuck that. I'll just be the dog sitter. So like someone has to be there. So yeah, the rise of stay-at-home boyfriends directly correlated again to the financial situation, to the parity. If a woman becomes just as good as a man at making money, and she wants to make the money, somebody still has to take care of the home life. I wrote this here. So if I, as a man, have to deal with you, the woman, making decisions because you make parity or better than you, financially speaking, well, then you, as a woman, have to deal with me, as a man, not trying as hard. We tried very hard, financially speaking, job wise, job market wise, because you didn't really matter in the work market. So you needed us. We felt needed. We felt that need and we took care of that need. We were said, yes, we will do that. We will do that for you. You are awesome. You women are fucking awesome. We will do it for you. We will go toil in the sun. We will go to war. We'll fucking go hang off of a fucking building and paint a fucking mural of some shit with just a rope. We'll go build skyscrapers. Okay? Like, we will go and do this for you because you are so fucking awesome and you look up to us. And because you look up to us, we feel needed. And because we feel needed and you are awesome, we're going to go do this for you. So we tried. We tried fucking hard. Now it's like, oh, well, you're going to do some of the work. I'll do some of the work. Well, if you're making enough money for us to make it, I don't need to make the money. I can take care of the housework so that we don't have to pay, so that we're not working two jobs and actually just and the person. Well, then guess what? Guess what happened back in the day where it was down here? When it was down here, guess who did all the work at the job? Oh shit! Look at that. Seems like equality. Because now that you're equal, well, us down here or us, we don't have to like try as hard. We're equal. You do this, I do this. 50-50. Maybe 60-40 sometimes. Maybe even 7-30 sometimes, and then I'll pick up 70-30 when you don't. Okay? So, like, if men were at 95% of the jobs, and now we're down to 55% of the jobs, it doesn't matter how many more jobs were created. It doesn't matter because all the jobs have been done by men. Still, if we were okay, but now only 55% of the jobs are done by men. What do you think? like, like somebody has to take care of the home life. So if there are 55% of men who are working, and there's 45% of women working, or there's 55% of the jobs are by men and 45% of the jobs are by women, well then at least 30% of men should be at the home. And then the rich ass bitches have maids or whatever the fuck they got, whatever the fuck you got. Or you work around each other's schedules to where somebody's always home, whatever the issue is. Got to be at least 30% of men staying at home. That's a huge increase. So, yeah, this is going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. Like, if you, I mean, I love doing this, and I would love to do this full time, but not until it makes me money like my job does. Even then, I don't know if I would because the interactions that I get socially are too invaluable. Of like this next graph that I've got here kind of goes in the same situation. You know, men used to be up here with jobs, women used to be down here with jobs, and then it's slowly coming into this arc where even if it layers out, like there's only a finite number of jobs, and the percentage is what we're looking at. We're not looking at like the number of jobs. We're looking at the percentage. The percentage of jobs would have been mostly men, and if without feminism, the percentage of jobs would have just done this. Maybe women would have went up slightly, but the mostly it would of men percentage wise having all these jobs. Okay, but because women are taking the percentage of the percentage of the jobs that men do are down. Okay, doesn't matter how many extra jobs you make. It doesn't matter. It's a percentage. It's a percentage situation. I understand that the vast majority of men do have jobs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if a woman has the same amount of job as a man does, then she has nothing to look up to. So even if we get to a parity situation, though, to where we're almost equal and we're going along almost equal, as that would have been able to be looked up at. Women would have been able to look at this percentage of men. They would have been looked up at. Okay. And the men, knowing that they're looked up at and needed and desired, would have stepped up on the backs of women, on the legs of women or the vaginas of women, a little bit, sure. Absolutely, absolutely. Couldn't have had civilization without women. But on the backs of men, for the vaginas of women. like, like, I go and I hunt a buffalo. We eat all the buffalo every time. I have nothing left. I have nothing left to store for winter. When the harsh times come upon us, we die of starvation. The other man, he bring buffalo home, good sized buffalo, same size buffalo. They eat it all. Wife says, I wish we would have had some more. We could have starved it. Man, woman, why you complain so much? Well, because I think you can do better. Man says, you know what? You believe in me. I believe in me. I go hunt bigger buffalo. I bring home but bigger buffalo. for the fucking winner. Pussy prevails, saves everybody. But pussy was the incentive for the actual work. So I'm just saying, like that gap of men that are no longer looked up at. Where does that gap of men that are no longer looked up at and are now insignificant? Because the gap is up here, but on the chart of attractive men, you're talking the lowest gap of attractive men are taken out of the dating pool because they have nothing to offer. They're not attractive enough. They're not making enough money to be looked up by these women. They have nothing to offer. Luckily, I'm just a little bit above that line. Probably right. This is the line. I'm probably like right here. I'm a little bit above it, just a little bit. But that's only because I have actually had things to offer. But the point is that where does that section of men? What happens to them? Do they just off themselves? Or they seclude themselves? Or they become angry? It's good. I would rather have that same sect of population of men that are going to be radical men. I would much rather that be radical percentage of women. Interchangeable widgets. I would much rather that interchangeable widget of the man, the radical man, to be on a radical woman. What would make a radical woman? Going back to the way it was. Forcing women to go back to the way it was. They would make a radical woman that same percentage of radical women. Same percentage. Maybe slightly higher. I'd still take it. Still take it. Safer for society. The damage that half of the amount of radical men could do to twice the number of radical women, astronomical difference. And I thoroughly believe, by the way, I want to caveat this here, home life is what all that aspect, all that little things of like, okay, I'm going to plan for this and this and this. We're going to make sure that this has been paid and everything like that. All that there, way more important than actually just going to work and doing a job. It's as important as going to work. Again, you're working, even if you're working for yourself, you're just working for money. Okay, so ultimately you're still working for somebody else. But at home, you're doing for you. You're doing for your family. You're doing for the ones that you love. You're doing something important that's like meaningful to you. And I think that's just way more important than like working. We're an hour and a half into this bitch. I have a whole another 2 pages at least of things that I could get into. But honestly, I've been talking for it's giving me a migraine listening to my own damn voice. So I'm gonna call it quits, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Come Guzzlers out. Like, share, subscribe, do all that non-fucking sense. Comment on the goddamn video. Tell me how fucking stupid I am or whatever it is. Love y'all. Hopefully we'll have, no, not hopefully.